For centuries, the Kama Sutra has been reduced to a manual of physical positions. We begin with a title most think they understand, the Kama Sutra. But this is not the scandalous artifact of modern imagination. Composed in the 3rd century CE by the philosopher Vātsyāyana, it is something far more profound, a map of how to be human, a guide to navigating desire, ethics, and existence. To see the truth, we must first dismantle the myth. For centuries, it has been reduced to a manual of physical positions. In reality, it is a psychological framework for intentional living. It places female agency and mutual respect at its core. Here, karma is not merely sex, it is the full spectrum of lived experience, beauty, pleasure, and aesthetic joy. Vātsyāyana describes life as a structure supported by 4 pillars: Dharma, ethics; Artha, prosperity; Kama, pleasure; Moksha, liberation. In classical Indian thought, these are not rivals. Remove pleasure and the structure collapses. Enter the Nagaraka, the citizen of culture. A person who treats life as an art form. They rise early, care for the body, and cultivate the mind. Mastery of the 64 arts, from music to strategy, is not indulgence, but discipline. It is how one learns to experience the world fully. Desire often begins as illusion. We fall not for a person, but for a projection. Vātsyāyana interrupts this pattern. He demands presence, to see, to listen, to recognize the real human being before us, not the fantasy we create. The text takes a radical stance: mutuality. Intimacy is not instinct alone. It is cultivated awareness. It deserves the same care as ethics or art. And above all, it must be mutual. Pleasure that flows in only one direction is not intimacy. It is a failure of the civilized mind. Love is not accidental. It is deliberate. The text outlines strategies, poetry, gestures, intermediaries, not as manipulation, but as bridges across social distance. At every step, one principle remains central: agency. Does the other truly choose this? Courtship and marriage are not the same. Courtship thrives on uncertainty and anticipation. Marriage depends on something quieter: ordinary grace. The daily act of choosing to see your partner as fully human again and again. The text does not deny complicated desire. It interrogates it. There are 2 paths: unexamined desire, which leads to suffering, and examined desire, which leads to clarity. The goal is not moral judgment, but self-knowledge. The Ganika, often misunderstood, was not marginal, but exceptional. Educated, independent, and culturally refined, she could command intellectual and financial autonomy. Her skill was not survival alone, but choice. And what of the so-called magic rituals? Vātsyāyana was not naive. These acts were psychological tools. Preparation becomes intention. Ritual becomes focus, a signal to the mind: this moment matters. At its core, the Kama Sutra is about attention, sustained, deliberate attention, to art, to relationships, to the self. Where attention deepens, life becomes richer. Why does this text endure after 1,700 years? Because it speaks to something constant: the human struggle to love well, to fail, to learn, and to try again. The lesson is simple, but not easy. Take life seriously. Take love seriously. Take the person before you seriously. Above all, pay attention.